How's it going, Hal?
It's been better. Yeah, it's been better.
Yeah. So what was our original plan yesterday? How would you summarize it? The initial plan before you know.
We went through a lot of ideas before landing on pulling an unsuspecting joke on one of my friends who lives here in Edinburgh. So it was an unexpected situation for him to walk in here and meet another friend who he hadn't met before. His name is Alex.
So but yeah, basically we just had cameras hidden in Hal, my friend's living room, and basically he came in. Hal made an excuse to leave, so he was stuck in a room with me, and then I just started being really weird. I had like a massive jug of milk to sort of freak him out, and then I was like, "Oh, can I play you a song I've written that I wrote earlier that day that was really really stupid?" And then obviously then you come in when I asked if I could gel his hair or if I could play with his hair or just being weird basically, and then you took him out and then you brought him to the other room where there was a fucking camera set up to surprise him, which now sounds horrific in retrospect.
What's going on? Oh fuck, I've been pranked.
He responded at first in a way which seemed to be good-humoured. He said, "Oh, I've been pranked."
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I've been pranked," and we gave him a glass of beer and a tiramisu, as if to soothe the blow. But I think once it started to settle in and he realised what we'd done, he actually looked really angry and quite betrayed.
With like some shows, it's strangers. Do you know what I mean? You're being fucked with strangers, which is fine. But when it's your friends in a safe space, in a safe space, it's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
don't know how to make this right. How do you make things right when they're wrong?
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Is there a way to make it better?
I mean, how can we make it better?
What's the feedback we're getting from this?
That I'd never want to do this again, and I feel like a real horrible person, and I want
You
to.
shouldn't play jokes on your friends.
I feel awful.
Pranks are.
I haven't felt this bad in a long time.
I mean, the worst thing was because we were trying so hard to stick to the structure we'd heard, where we interview him at the end. So whilst he was still shocked by what had happened, we sat him down in a chair, and we were interviewing him whilst the cameras were still rolling. Even though by that point he was so uncomfortable, but I feel like in our heads we were like, well, we need to do what the plan was.
Yeah.
We were just pushing ahead until there was this moment of clarity. I don't know what triggered it, but we all looked at each other and thought, oh.
This was one of the ideas we had. And the other idea was you going to do a hot sauce challenge at this wings place. It turned out to be the best thing we could have done, basically, in this situation, is do this challenge after what happened.
Yeah, because the three of us went to the wings place afterwards and we explained to Alex what the other challenge we were going to do was. And I think that made him feel more than like involved in what we were doing, instead of being like having this kind of knowledge hidden from him, you know, like before. Like when we went to go and do the wings challenge after what we did to Alex, my mindset changed from it being a thing I wanted to overcome to momentarily going, oh, I need to punish myself to make up for what I've done to Alex. So it was like this sort of feeling of guilt where I was like, okay, Alex, we'll be even if I demolish myself with these hot wings. But then when I sat down with you guys and we had this kind of camaraderie, it stopped feeling like, oh, I needed to go and punish myself to, okay, I actually want to try and complete this and just have a good time as well. Then they brought the wings out and they didn't just have a bit of this sauce on them. There were like 6 wings. They were drenched in it, like a bucket full of this horrific red sauce full of chili seeds. And I feel like the taster wasn't representative of how hot it actually was.
This is going to be the exact same as the prank thing earlier, in which we think it's a good idea, and then everyone just really fucking sad and dejected at the end.
I had the first bite, and it wasn't even like a huge bite. It was sort of like, it was somewhere between a nibble and a bite, you know? And I was like, okay, I have to drink loads of water. I had a pint glass of water next to me, which I was knocking back. I had a Corona. So I was mainly going for the ice and just keeping the ice in my mouth. And that was, the heat from that really hit me, and it was so persistent. And every time it felt like it was going to go away, it came back again for more.
I'm really worried about being sick. That's not what I think. I don't think I can do it.
I think it was comforting that you both were supporting me in tapping out instead of going, you need to do it. Because I feel like maybe there are particular people who, if you did that challenge with them, because you're videoing as well, they'd want to keep pushing it. And I feel like maybe there's a fact that because we'd done the Alex thing beforehand and seen the impact of that and feeling like it wasn't worthwhile in terms of filming it, I feel like in a way that colored what you guys were responding to when I was eating the wings, in the sense of like you guys had that extra moral level in being like, actually this is not worth it either. Okay, well I think that covers most of it, right? Unless there are any closing comments you want to say, or
No, I just say that I've learned a good lesson, and I liked Edinburgh as well. Edinburgh's quite nice.
yeah, it's a nice place.
Cool. Nice. Thanks very much, Al.